Hello learners, welcome to my YouTube channel Dr. Anu's Literary Calibre. Today we are going to see about Maya Angelou's poem Still I Rise.
Maya Angelou, originally named Margaret Annie Johnson, April 4, 1928 to May 28, 2014, was an influential American figure known for her memoirs, captivating poetry, and activism in the civil rights movement. Throughout her prolific career, spanning over 5 decades, she authored 7 autobiographies, 3 essay collections, and numerous volumes of poetry. Additionally, she made notable contributions to the realms of plays, movies, and television shows. Angelou's remarkable achievements garnered her numerous awards and an impressive collection of over 50 honorary degrees. Maya Angelou's autobiographical works, in particular, hold significant acclaim. Her debut memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, 1969, delves into her childhood and formative experiences, capturing international attention and admiration for its powerful storytelling. The publication marked a turning point in her career and propelled her into the global spotlight. Maya Angelou's poem "Still I Rise" has 43 lines which are divided into 9 stanzas. In the poem "Still I Rise", the structure of the stanzas is mostly regular except the last 2 stanzas. All the stanzas in this poem have 4 lines each, except for the last 2 stanzas, which have 6 lines and 9 lines respectively. The first 7 stanzas are quatrains, as each of them are made up of 4 lines. The form of this poem is a dramatic monologue, as she delivers a speech about her life and the difficulties she experiences. The rhyme scheme of stanzas 1 to 7 is ABCB, whereas the rhyme scheme of stanzas 8 and 9 are ABABCC and ABABCCBBB respectively. The lines of the stanzas are clear and rhythmic. The poem ends with the 3 repetitions of I rise, a sermon-like tone. Learners, I have devoted 2 slides for every stanza of the poem Still I Rise. In the first slide, you can see the poetic lines and the explanation as well. In the second slide, you can learn the meaning for every single line. Happy learning. Let's now see stanza 1. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I will rise. The first line of the poem is a direct challenge to those attempting to record her in history. Through their twisted, bitter lies, oppressors attempt to alter the historical record. The poet has unwavering confidence in her ability to rise above any hardship, even if it means being reduced to the level of dirt. Let's now see the explanation of every single line for stanza 1. You may write me down in history. Here the speaker acknowledges that others may try to diminish her worth and record her in a negative light. Second line is with your bitter, twisted lies. The speaker suggests that these historical records may be filled with falsehoods and negative portrayals. And in the third line, she says that you may trod me in the very dirt. The speaker acknowledges the possibility of facing oppression and being treated with disrespect. The last line is, but still like dust I will rise. Despite the attempts to degrade her, the speaker asserts her resilience, comparing herself to dust that rises again and again. Let's now move on to the second stanza. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I have got oil wells pumping in my living room. Here the rhyme scheme is again ABCB. The poem highlights the surprise of oppressors who still see the boldness in their victims, taunting them for their gloomy hearts. Maya Angelou's characteristic humor suggests that even in impoverishment, she walks with self pride, comparing her pride to the riches of the oil industry businessmen in America. Let's now see the explanation for every single line of stanza 2. Does my sassiness upset you? Here, the speaker questions whether her bold and confident demeanor bothers or unsettles others. Why are you beset with gloom? The speaker wonders why her confidence and strength might cause discomfort or unhappiness in others. Because I walk like I have got oil wells pumping in my living room. The speaker metaphorically describes her walk, suggesting that she moves with confidence and abundance as if she owns oil wells. This line further emphasizes the speaker's sense of abundance and prosperity even in the face of adversity. Let's now move on to stanza 3. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Here also the rhyme scheme is ABCB. In stanza 3, Maya Angelou highlights the surprise of oppressors who still see the boldness in their victims, taunting them for their gloomy hearts. The poet's conviction in her capacity to rise is firm like the eternal facts of the universe, such as the moons and suns, which create tides on the earth and keep human hopes high. The poet will keep rising like these unstoppable facts. In the stanza, the poet has employed simile. Let's now see the explanation of every single line of stanza 3. Just like moons and like suns, the speaker draws parallels between herself and celestial bodies, highlighting her enduring strength and brightness. With the certainty of tides, here the speaker compares her certainty and persistence to the regularity and predictability of ocean tides. Just like hopes springing high, still I will rise. This line reinforces the idea of the speaker's resilience, likening it to the high and hopeful nature of spring. The repeated declaration, still I will rise, underscores the central theme of the poem, the speaker's unyielding resilience in the face of challenges. Stanza 4. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Here also the rhyme scheme is ABCB. The poet questions the enemy's desire to see a broken woman, a universal reminder of American slavery that reduced black people to submission. The poem compares the fallen victim's shoulders to drops, urging the narrator not to give in to the weakness expressed in their soulful cries. Let's see the explanation of every single line of stanza 4. Did you want to see me broken? Here, the speaker questions whether others expected her to be defeated or weakened. Bowed head and lowered eyes. This line suggests a submissive posture which the speaker rejects, indicating her refusal to be broken or subdued. Shoulders falling down like teardrops. The speaker uses a metaphor to describe a physical and emotional collapse which she refuses to experience. Weakened by my soulful cries. Here the speaker rejects the idea that her inner strength can be eroded by emotional distress. Let's move on to the stanza number 5. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? Because I laugh like I have got gold mines digging in my own backyard. Here the poet questions whether her proud behaviors offend her oppressors, but she will not change her manner anyway. She laughs at her poor condition, comparing it to the riches of gold mines in her backyard. Let's now see the first line of stanza 5. Does my haughtiness offend you? The speaker questions whether her pride or self confidence is offensive to others. Don't you take it awful hard? The speaker challenges the expectation that she should be apologetic for her confidence and pride. Because I laugh like I have got gold mines. The speaker uses another metaphor to describe her laughter, suggesting richness and abundance, digging in my own backyard. This line reinforces the idea that the speaker possesses valuable qualities within herself and she doesn't need to seek validation elsewhere. Stanza 6. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like air, I will rise. In stanza 6, the poet describes her enemies' attempts to destroy her using mean words and a hatred filled look. Despite their attempts, she remains untouchable, rising like air that no one can stop. The poem highlights the poet's resilience and determination in overcoming her enemies. You may shoot me with your words. Here, the speaker acknowledges the power of hurtful words and criticism that others may direct at her. You may cut me with your eyes. This line suggests the sharpness of judgment and disdain that the speaker may face from others. You may kill me with your hatefulness. Here, the speaker confronts the intensity of hatred and animosity that she may encounter. But still, like air, I will rise. The final line reiterates the speaker's unwavering resilience, comparing herself to air that cannot be held down or suppressed. Stanza 7. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I have got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? The narrator, aware of her beauty, upsets her oppressors by highlighting her desirability. She addresses the victim, surprised by her dance, and uses the image of a diamond to describe her womanliness, highlighting the treasure of her body. Does my sexiness upset you? Here, the speaker directly confronts societal expectations and stereotypes about her sexuality. Does it come as a surprise? The poet challenges the idea that her confidence and sensuality should be surprising or offensive to others. That I dance like I have got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. The metaphor of dancing with diamonds emphasizes the speaker's self worth and the value she places on herself. Let's now see yet another interesting stanza, stanza number 8. Out of the hearts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I am a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Here the rhyme scheme is ABABCC. The poet's life is characterized by shameful incidents, but she rises above them, comparing herself to a black ocean. The metaphor represents black consciousness, allowing her to leap across anything. Her personality is like water, entering any shape while welling and swelling. She bears through everything in life, comparing herself to the tide in the ocean. Let's now see a detailed explanation of the lines of stanza 8. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise up from a past that's rooted in pain. I rise. Here, Maya Angelou speaks of emerging from the historical legacy of shame and pain, suggesting a collective struggle for freedom and equality. The repeated refrain, I rise, becomes a powerful anthem of resilience and triumph over adversity. I am a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. The speaker compares herself to a vast, powerful ocean, symbolizing the strength and depth of her identity. Let's now move on to the last stanza. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. The final stanza conveys a powerful message about the Afro American people's history of suffering and fear. The narrator, proud of her ancestry, celebrates its gift and believes she will rise above all night and day. Despite being brought into the continent as a slave, her ancestors never stopped fighting, making her the dream and hope of the slave. Let's now see a detailed explanation of stanza 9. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Here, the poet is no longer confined by the nights of terror and fear from her past. The use of water imagery suggests a cleansing and renewal, breaking free from the constraints of oppression. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. The speaker looks forward to a new beginning, a daybreak that's wondrously clear. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. She acknowledges the contributions of her ancestors and embraces her role as the embodiment of their dreams and hopes, especially those who suffered through slavery. The poem concludes with a triumphant repetition of the phrase, I rise, reinforcing the speaker's strength, resilience, and refusal to be defeated. Let me conclude with the words of Maya Angelou. She says, I believe that the most important single thing beyond discipline and creativity is daring to dare. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video beneficial, kindly like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel Dr. Anu's Literary Calibre for more updates on English language and literature.